Hi, this is Carrie Rhinehart from 5-Minute Math. Today I'm going to look at multi-step inequalities. If you're following along in the book, this is from Algebra 1, Unit 2, and we're on Lesson 7. So we've looked at simple step inequalities. Now we're just doing inequalities that have a couple more steps, just like equations, but everything else is the same. So if I've got 3x minus 4 is less than 8, I'm going to draw my vertical line through my inequality symbol. I want to get x by itself, so I need to get rid of the 3 and the minus 4. So since we always deal with adding and subtracting before multiplying and dividing when you're moving from one side to the other, we're going to deal with that minus 4. So the opposite would be to add 4 to both sides. And again, the whole purpose is to get x by itself. So those cancel, and I get 3x is less than, well, 8 plus 4 is 12. Now to get rid of that 3, I need to divide. Since it's 3 times x, I do the opposite, which is divide by 3. What you do to one side, you need to do to the other. Those cancel. And I end up with x is less than, well, 12 divided by 3 is 4. So now I've got my answer in inequality notation. But remember, with inequalities, you've got to put this on a number line and then write it in interval notation. So I need a 4 on here somewhere. I'm going to put 4 here. Maybe this can be 3, 2. You don't have to put all of these values on here. I just like to kind of have a little bit better picture than just the number. And since this is just a less than symbol, there's no equal to sign, I'm going to have an open circle at 4. And this says that x is less than 4. So if it's less than 4, it's got to be below it or to the left. So I'm going to shade to the left. But now we want to write our answer in interval notation. So we go from left to right. This thing will keep going left forever. So it starts way back at negative infinity, because it really doesn't start. I mean, that goes on forever. But we say negative infinity is the left bound. And remember, infinity always has a parentheses. And it's shaded all the way until we get to 4. So it goes to 4. And since that's an open circle, you use a parentheses. Remember, open circles, parentheses. Same with infinities, parentheses. And a closed circle would be a bracket. Okay, let me do one more. Okay, let's say we have 4x minus 3 over 7 is greater than 2x plus 1. So I'm going to draw my vertical line. Now we've got variables on both sides here, so we are going to have to get those together. I want to get rid of the fraction first, so it's being divided by 7 on the left-hand side. To get rid of that, I need to multiply by 7. But don't forget, what you do to one side, you've got to do to both sides. So I've got the 4x minus 3 left on the left-hand side is greater than, now be careful here, we're multiplying this entire side by 7. So I'm going to have to distribute here. So I've got 7 times 2x, which is 14x. Then I've got 7 times 1, which is 7. Now I want to get my x's together. So I can either move my 4x to the right or my 14x to the left. I'm going to move my 14x this time. Normally I would go the other way, but it doesn't matter. I have a reason behind it, but this is what I'm going to do this time. But you can also subtract 4x to the other side. So that these cancel. And then I've got 4x minus 14x is negative 10x. Bring down that minus 3 is greater than, and then I just have 7 left over here. Okay. Now I got to get x by itself, so I've got to get rid of that minus 3 by adding 3 to both sides. So these cancel out, and I'm left with negative 10x is less than, well, 7 plus 3 is 10. I'm going to come up here. So I've got negative 10x is greater than 10. And I want to get x by itself, so I've got to get rid of that negative 10. Well, it's negative 10 times x, so I need to divide by negative 10. Now, this is why I did what I said earlier. When you divide or multiply by a negative from one side to the other in an inequality, you have to flip the sign. So this is now going to be less than. 10 divided by negative 10 is negative 1. So answer in inequality notation is x is less than negative 1. But now I need to go ahead and put that on a number line. I know I don't have much space. I'll do it down here. Let's say this is negative 1. This can be 0. You don't have to really have anything else, but you can. We need an open circle at negative 1 since it's just less than. There is no equal to portion there. It's just the less than. And we want x to be less than negative 1, so that would be to the left, below negative 1. So our answer for interval notation, from the left, begins at negative infinity, or the left bound is negative infinity, and it goes until you get to negative 1. And since that is an open circle, we would have a parentheses here. And then you are finished. All right, I hope you guys have a great day.